8.5, and a lot of that was down to his finishing. He had 156, 129 and 117 checkout, and he hit them under pressure as well, with Max Hopp really threatening. He played a really good game, Max Hopp, but
it's also a 25
he came across the ball, who just had far too much. He was on the charge, and he's charged into the second round here to take on Jamie Caven.
Well, it was those checkouts that won Terry the game. I know that sounds a bit of a silly statement, but he had to take them checkouts because Max was on shots, or even on, I think, on two of them checkouts. Max was on a double.
First leg is Jamie to throw first.
So if he hadn't have taken them out, it could have been round the other way, because Max was on double top when he took the 156 out, I believe. So, you know, it's
100.
very hard for it to tell a young man, look, take the best parts of that game. You took one of the best players in the world that's been around for 15 years to the top of the game, and a fine game of darts.
45.
Yeah, it was a cracker. If this one's anything like it, then we're in for a treat. Jamie Caven, he's a former world youth
100.
master, and he came into some great form, particularly last year. Made it through to the quarterfinals of the European Championship, and I'll be honest, he probably should have gone a bit further. Ended up losing to Simon Whitlock after squandering a 6-leg lead. He's
133.
one of the few people who've won 2 tournaments in a single weekend. You're only talking a handful of people who've managed that.
140.
And it's a decent start to this one here.
Well, Caven won the all-important bullseye. Kirk Bevan just checking the scores. Everything's double-checked for the players, and that's why they're so confident
128.
with the markers, chalkers, whatever you'd like to call them. Don't think we'll ever go digital on that stage where the player has to look at a digital
60.
screen. They're so
140.
confident. And the markers, well,
Give shot the
double
first
top
leg.
for Jamie Caven. Wraps up the first
Second leg is Terry
leg.
to throw first.
And a nice tidy 13 dart.
Yep, strong start from Jamie Caven.
80.
He has just won a minor tournament, the Potteries Open. That was last month.
That must be as hard as the
60.
World Championship when you think, you know, you got Taylor Hamilton and all Ian White. If all of them played in the Potteries Open, my God, what a tournament! Sky Sports would be filming it.
100.
Certainly would.
We'd be able to leave Singapore and Perth and Sydney alone. Just go to the Potteries.
Quite, it is pretty much the de facto world capital of darts, Stoke.
94.
It's the East Midlands that Jamie's from. Based in Derby. As Terry Jenkins looks to fill it up. And does so! Terry Jenkins with the first maximum of the match. And looking good to level things up in this second leg.
100. Terry, you require 141.
Well, Jenkins king of the checkouts at the moment, but he'll just be happy to set this up now. Will he go for the 25?
105.
Going for that 25 there is a great one, obviously, because he's leaving 3 darts at 36. But if he pins the bullseye, that's a bit of a no-no.
Yes,
140.
some of the players aren't particularly happy with 36
136.
either when you got 3 darts in your hand, because, you know, you split it and you split it again and you haven't got a
Game
shot.
shot
But
the
if you're going to
second
do that, then it
leg.
doesn't
Sorry,
matter.
Jenkins.
Pair of 13 darts
leg
to
is
start
Jamie
this
to
match
throw
off.
first. Game on.
This is quite a handy little start to the game.
And again, 2 players, like we see Van der Pas, who is
100.
playing the dartboard instead of the player. And to you people who think that, what the heck is he talking about? He's lost the plot. I know I'm old. I haven't lost the plot yet. It just means that
180.
Kirk Bevan shouts in there, rear rolls again for a maximum. It just means that you're playing your own game. You're not worrying about what your opponent's hitting. And that's why Jamie Caven can return the maximum that Terry Jenkins hit.
We have got a game on our hands here. There is nothing
100.
to pick between these two in their head-to-head stats. They've met each other 10 times. It's 5 apiece. Jamie Caven did win 6-5 against Terry on the Euro
140.
Tour in September. That was in Sindelfingen, the one which Steve Beaton went on to win. But Terry did win the most recent meeting. That was 6-4 in March at a Players'
140.
Championships
Jamie
on a run
Ryan.
to the quarterfinals. So 81 neck and neck here. Well, it's going to be a shot at the ball for Jamie Caven.
50.
Well, he's missed it
Terry
by a little
Require,
distance.
81.
Can Terry Jenkins show him how it's done? Will he be left with one at the ball? No, he's going to get two at the double. And it's double
James
12
on
and
the
he's
third
pinned
leg.
it.
Terry Jenkins.
11 dart leg and Terry
Fourth leg is
Jenkins
Terry
breaks
to
the throw.
first. Game on.
Well, that's a class check out from Terry Jenkins. As we mentioned, you mentioned down at the beginning of the game, you know what Terry Jenkins' strong part of his game has been this weekend, and that's the check out
140.
under pressure. And he's done it again. I mean, let's be honest, if this was a boxing match, there'd be blood all across the canvas.
It's Hagler Hearns. It's you wouldn't want it to go on for very long. They all knock in lumps out of each other.
Look at them averages.
That is as good as you're going to see from Terry Jenkins, really. This is brilliant.
100.
And that's as good as you're going to see out of any dart player.
140.
He does fly out the blocks on occasion, Terry Jenkins, and in these short format games,
100.
there's not a great deal of opportunity to turn things around, but Jamie Caven, he's averaging well over 100 himself, and look at this. Oh, he's unlucky there. I don't think it was in the treble.
Terry Require 161.
Oh, that's the difference to being on a shot and not being on a shot. 57 would have left him 143.
99.
And that miss there means that he may only get one dart at a double. So Caven needs to put some pressure
100.
on. That's
Terry
good enough
Require
pressure.
62.
Well, we've seen the 81 cleanly killed by Terry Jenkins. He's only going to have one dart at double top now. One dart
James on the
is
fourth
all
leg.
he
Terry
needs.
Jenkins. Fifth leg is Jamie to
Well,
throw
this
first. Game on.
is a bit of a masterclass we're seeing from Terry Jenkins. He has picked up exactly where he
57.
left off against Max Hopp. Just to remind you, him averaged 108.5 in that game in a 6-2 win. He's currently averaging
78.
around about the same, 107.7.
That's incredible that they're, you know, and you get other players that complain that this ain't right, that
59.
ain't right. Don't see these complaining with over 100 averages, do you? And everybody else.
No. This would seem to suggest that everything is all right up there.
100.
Of course, the highest average we've seen this weekend was young Michael Smith, 114.5.
58.
He was brilliant in his demolition of Dave Pallett. We will be seeing the bully boy again. He's last on tonight. That's against Peter Wright, the world finalist, as Terry Jenkins
140.
fails to find his third maximum of the match. But he is in charge in this leg, and this is on the Caven throw.
134.
Well, this is the kind of stuff we saw from Terry Jenkins at the UK Open when he
93.
stormed all the way to the final, beating the likes of MVG on the way. That was a tournament held over a weekend, very much like this one, so we
100.
know he can produce it
190.
on a number of days consecutively.
Well, it's been 81, 62. Well, he's bullseye to take out the 90. Yes, you're going to have to go for it, Terry.
Game shot the fifth
Dear,
leg.
oh dear.
Terry Jenkins.
Has a little glance across
Six
to
leg
see
is
what
Terry
Jamie
to throw
Caven's
first.
on. Sees
Game
that
on.
Jamie Caven's on a 2-dart, well, a 3-dart checkout. Actually, a 2-dart to correct myself, and then goes, well, I'll have to go for the bullseye then. Thank you very much. 3 clean kills on the trot for Jenkins.
60.
The only question is, when you're playing this brilliantly, why even bother having a look at the other guy? You're going to hit it anyway. The man is riding the
140.
crest of a wave. And the 50-year-old from Ledbury in Herefordshire, look at this. 13 darts,
100.
11 dart, 15 from Terry Jenkins. And Jamie Caven, despite averaging over 100 himself,
40.
is barely getting a sniff.
Really, the only thing that Jamie Caven's done wrong is that he missed the 81 checkout and Jenkins took it out.
60.
That's the only thing he's done wrong.
Yeah, well, we have seen
140.
people come from behind in these situations to go and win it, but it's going to take something dramatic for Terry Jenkins to lose it from here if he continues playing what he's
100.
doing. I'm not sure if he can sustain this level of performance. We'll have to wait and see. Jamie Caven does have the advantage, and this is on the Jenkins throw.
52.
This would be one of the breaks that he would need if he can close this out, but that's not really helped him, that trip to the board.
$81. Jamie require 129.
Well, around...
The chance here, sorry Dan, the chance here for Jamie Caven to get a breaker throwback.
Gives on the 6th leg.
Superb
Jamie
darts
Caven.
from Jamie Caven.
7th leg
Exhibition
James through
stuff
first.
here
Game on.
in Salzburg from these two players, and what a start to the night. The first game, Benito van der Pas beating Kim Huybrechts in fine style.
60.
And this game has lived up to everything we actually said it was going to, and two players going hammer and tongs at each other.
Well, he said it takes something
100.
dramatic to turn this game around. How about 129 outshot with a double-double finish? Not so bad.
100.
Winner of this
41.
one goes through to the last 16, and it'll be either Dave Chisnell or Stephen Bunting, an all St Helens clash, and Jamie Caven looking to fill this up here. Oh, deflects out of the treble 20. And see what Caven thinks of that with a Gollum-like grimace towards the camera.
100.
But yeah, Bunting Chisnell looks a tasty match. That'll be on the way tonight as well. In fact, that's going to be the very next game.
And them two won't be hanging around. We know how good Dave Chisnell is. Out of all the players in the Premier League, held the record
42.
for the most 180s. It's just the in-between bits that Chizzy's got to tighten up on.
Steve Bunting knows where that treble is as well. If they both play to their capabilities.
44. Jamie require 164.
And Kirk Bevins could be struggling with his voice at the end of it. Jamie Caven here. Just needs to set this up. Needs to find a treble.
He does, Dan.
64.
Well, it helps him. It's not ideal, but it helps him.
But the door has been left open.
140.
And Jenkins has just walked straight
Jamie
through it.
require 100.
Well, he went double-double out before. And he should go double-double again. Well, he's gone in two minds because the treble 20 looked
60.
good.
Terry require 76.
Well, how many times have we seen Jenkins take these out? 16 will leave him the double top, and he quite likes the double top this weekend.
36.
I think he expected
Jamie
it to go in.
require 40.
I think he's surprised that he didn't nail it. And Jamie Caven has an
James on the
opportunity,
seventh
and he's
leg.
reduced
Jamie
the
Caven.
arrears. And that's two legs in a
Terry
row
to throw first.
for the man they call Jabba.
However, he is the break of throw down, and this is where
180.
A third maximum for Terry Jenkins.
57.
yes, Kirk Bevin bellows it out in our rear robes again.
60.
Well, if you get darts of this quality, a perforated eardrum is a small price to pay, Rod.
140.
Bit more like it from Jamie Caven after a poor first visit, but Terry Jenkins still in charge of this leg, and this is really going to assert his dominance in it. Filling it up again, Terry Jenkins.
140.
Well, Jenkins has done exactly what you would expect a top professional to do, to be quite honest.
140.
You know, Caven's
Terry
coming back at him on
121.
his throw after 9 darts, only 121.
And he's going to go for it. Bullseye for Terry Jenkins. He's hit it once before.
81.
Well, he's not.
Jamie require
Declined.
164.
That's unusual for Jenkins. Doesn't make mistakes very often.
Well, will Jamie Caven punish him? He needed another treble 19. Wow, that really would have punished Jenkins if he could have got a shot at the bullseye and taken it out.
96.
As it is, the gamble, the calculated one may have worked for Jenkins because he's looking at double top with 3 darts in his hand and he only needs one. It's a 13 darter. And Terry Jenkins moves within 1 leg of victory.
$100.
As a dart player, what did you feel in that situation where you're on a finish, but the opponent has gone, I don't think you're going to take this out.
91.
I'm going to set this up for my next visit because I'm going to come back here.
Well, that's when, you know, you need to show a class and take that shot out, and you can turn everything around on him.
137.
And we've seen it so often. The most famous was Eric Bristow in the 83 World Championships against Keith Deller. Didn't take the shot at the bullseye, and it's unusual for
140.
Jenkins to do that. He really does, you know, if someone's on a shot, right, I'm going for the bullseye.
Yeah, a brave move against a man who's averaging 99.5, but it's one that paid off for Jenkins. This game isn't over yet, though.
140.
Oh, big visit that. Jamie Caven, 136 he's looking at. Well, can't follow the first dart.
96.
He set it up, but Terry Jenkins may get a shot, maybe for the bullseye for the match here. 131 sides. Not stayed straight. Cardinal sin in that situation.
78. Jamie, you require 40.
You don't see many darts that stray from Terry Jenkins at the moment, but Jamie Caven has got to take this double 10 out.
Oh, the
last dart in the double 10 keeps Jamie Caven's game alive, but this is the all-important leg. Will the class of Jenkins throw him at least, well, 15 darts or less in this leg and literally take Jamie Caven out of the equation?
Yeah, well, look at that. There's not a great deal between them in the averages, but Jenkins does shade it. His scoring has been fantastic. His finishing early on was brilliant as well. Look at that.
96.
5 out of 6 on the doubles for Terry Jenkins. If you're averaging over 100 in 83% of your doubles, there's very little you can do to beat a man who's playing like that.
95.
Well, Caven now, he's got to hope that Terry Jenkins is going to mess up.
60.
And, well, as you can see on Jenkins' expression, that is a little bit of a lifeline for Jamie. But a ton is not enough.
97.
That's not enough. Needed a 140. Now, who can go out in 6 darts from here? Jenkins has got the first attempt. I can't believe
65.
he's done that. No, that to me, that's the wrong shot. Needs 2 trebles when he comes back. He laid that third dart on top of the other 2 when he, you know, comes back to 105.
Well, he's not really been punished, but 140, he's certainly capable. He's not going to do it now, and Jamie Caven will be looking at 156. This, of course, is the shot that Terry Jenkins
60.
took out against Max Hopp that really broke his heart in the first match here at the Austrian Darts Open, and Jamie Caven's given himself a chance, and he's given himself a great chance. A double 18 is there! Jamie Caven has hit 156 just when he needed it, and suddenly he becomes favourite in this match. What a moment!
And I've got to say, Dan, that Terry Jenkins going for that 25 for me, I know it's personal preference, appreciate that, but going for that 25 to leave 140 was a wrong one. No question, that was a wrong one. He had to stay on that treble 20, take the
60.
risk. Well, it weren't a risk, because it was a good lay. Another treble 20 leaves him 105, and the way Terry Jenkins has been playing, you'd have fancied the 105.
100.
Well. Terry Jenkins took apart Max Hopp in the first round with a scintillating display of finishing with 3 big ton plus finishes.
96.
He may be out Jenkinsed here by Jamie Caven, who has hit 129, that fantastic double-double finish, and that stunning 156. And he's really kicked on from there. 9 darts into this leg. He's left himself on a finish.
83.
Jenkins is way back. So 6 darts from here for Jamie Caven to complete a win. Oh, my word.
And again,
79.
he didn't need to go down there. He had a perfect line on the treble 20. Stay up there. Leave yourself a 2 darter when you come back. And now he's only left a 1 darter. But you've got to say that Jamie Caven has shown so much character to hang in there. This is for the match 17 for double top, and this is a great comeback from Jamie Caven. Brilliant darts.
And the match,
Jamie Caven. What a great game of darts from both players. A pleasure to commentate on that one, Dan.